My first meal of the day is usually at 2 p.m.
Wow.
And my last meal around 8 is usually my last meal.
So
I do a
16 hours.
I do a 16-hour fast.
See, I'm doing it the wrong way. I'm intermittent eating. I'm eating for 16 hours. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Cold Cuts, where we pile on the meat and condiments while we pile on the questions to our guest. Today, we are so thrilled to have a good buddy of mine, Mr. Terry Crews. Get this. We need a card to read everything Terry Crews. He is an action movie hero. He is a sitcom star. He's an Old Spice pitchman. He's a high-end, I did not know this, a high-end furniture designer.
That's right.
A fitness enthusiast and human rights activist. That I did notice. Terry, good to see you.
Man, it's so good to see you too, Al.
I saw
you,
some
man.
things moving there.
Yeah, it's always something.
Go.
I got all these things.
Look at that.
Welcome to the Flex Show.
Wow.
That's
I have things moving around, but it's a little lower. And they just don't, I have no control over it. All right, we're going to make your dream sandwich, but first, you obviously are in terrific shape. Former NFL player, have stayed in shape since then. What I didn't realize is you're a believer in intermittent fasting.
That's right.
So how does that work?
It's kind of a thing where you decide, okay, there's a specific time you're going to eat, and then there's a time you're going to stop eating. And I did some studies, and I found out that through fasting, you can really cut the food intake, and you don't have to eat all day. But it actually works another thing called ketosis.
The keto diet.
It's the keto diet.
I'm doing that right now.
And it works.
It does?
It works
I
for
lost
me.
35 pounds.
It works for me,
Yes.
and I'm trying to tell you, I don't have to work out as hard, and I also find that I have energy.
Clarity?
And the whole thing. Yes, I just turned 50 years old, and I feel better than I did when I was 25.
I understand. Favorite childhood meal, peanut butter and jelly.
That's it. I mean, it was one of those things because my mother did not trust us to cook anything. So that was our go-to, man. I'd be watching an episode of Sanford and Son, making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, actually watching you. And it was like, man, we gonna make this peanut butter and jelly.
Notice how he slipped in there. That's how old I am.
No, that's
Terry Crews
that's how much of a legend Al Roker is.
Speaking of sandwiches, what's your favorite bread when you're making a sandwich? What bread do you like?
I always use sourdough as my go-to. Oh, that's a beautiful slice of bread, y'all.
That's what we do.
Ooh, you can use it as ears. It's wonderful.
Now, I understand this. I did not know. Our producers are wonderful at delving into this stuff. And all these interviews and stuff, I've never known that you wanted to be a courtroom artist.
What happened is my father said, you need a summer job. You're an artist. I'm going to take you down to TV 12. And I was like, oh, no. Oh, my God. I was so embarrassed. He came in and he said, my son need a job. He need a place to work. And I was like, he said, well, what does he do, sir? He's an artist. Show him your stuff. And I was like, oh, my God. Okay, here you go. And they were like, okay, he's hired.
Well, you know what? Here we go. Here's another 6 degrees of Terry Crews.
Yes.
When I got my first job doing weekend weather in Syracuse, New York, I also, to augment my income, did graphics. Did the news graphics.
You did that too. Listen, we're simpatico.
Look at this. Let's sketch each other.
I will. I'm going to give you a little. Ooh, this is good. Almost there. Just get a little tie in. I got to get the tie in. Why not?
All right, the big reveal.
And there we go. That looks really good, man.
NFL, what was that like? I mean, you're in the NFL, and then you're not. Was it a tough transition?
It was hard, man. It was one of those things where you always are giving up your body. You are giving, you live with the pain. You actually have to blink through all the pain.
I can't imagine it.
You learn not to acknowledge things that are wrong with you.
So you're pushing down the pain.
Exactly. I remember being in college and getting concussions. It's like you weren't tough unless you could come back from that kind of thing. And it was a bit of a dehumanization. You are just a body. In fact, when you have a number on your jersey and you're not allowed to take your helmet off because they don't want anybody to see your face and the whole thing. And I was like, this is kind of crazy. And I realized that I needed to leave. And when I was done, I was really done. Like, and that's when I started my move out to Hollywood.
What's your go-to cheese?
Oh my God, you gotta go with cheddar.
Cheddar.
Oh, you see that? It makes the chest bounce. Look at that. We're going with cheddar right now, boy.
Cheddar makes that chest bounce better.
I'm gonna make that cheddar. Cheddar sound like money too, you know what I mean? Just the sound of cheddar. Oh yeah, hit me.
There you go. There's a lot of cheddar. I like the cheddar. You had mentioned being married. You're married to your wife Rebecca now. What, 20 years?
30
years.
I've had so many what I would call come to Jesus meetings, so many wake up calls, and I'm fortunate and honored and happy to still have my family. Because I'm gonna tell you this, there were plenty of times when it could have went the other way.
Yeah.
A long time ago, she stepped out. She was like, I'm out. I'm leaving you. And that was the wake-up call for me. And it made me realize that I was a toxic man at that time. And I had to change my ways. I actually had to change everything that I thought marriage was, everything that I thought I was.
You know, you're an activist for a lot of causes. And one that I think, I don't know if it surprised you or not, this hashtag Me Too. When you spoke up, I think it blew a lot of people's minds. The idea, oh wait, Terry Crews got groped, and you were afraid to speak up about it when it happened.
You know, because you're like, this can't be happening. It's no big deal. Just, you know, it's not hurting anything. And then when the women in the Me Too movement started to come forward about their abuse, their assaults, their rapes in Hollywood, I got PTSD because the whole thing was men everywhere were basically attacking these women, calling them opportunists. You didn't say anything. You didn't go public then. But I totally understood why they didn't say anything. Yeah. Because you're behind enemy lines. You are now trapped because this is your business. You still want to work. You still want to do your thing. So I finally aligned myself with them. I sent out 16 tweets. My wife didn't know. My publicist didn't know. No one knew that I was going to do this. But I had to get it out because I felt like if I would remain silent one more second, I had to help them. And I felt like I would be condoning what these men were saying. Because I said, I have to come out and show you that this can happen to anyone.
Actor Terry Crews, a former NFL player, has been a vocal advocate for sexual assault survivors and has bravely come forward.
Size does not matter when it comes to sexual assault. And I chose to tell my story and share my experience to stand in solidarity with millions of other survivors in the world. That I know how hard it is to come forward. I know the shame associated with assault. It happened to me.
Well, thank you for doing it. That
Thank you, sir.
Really means a lot.
Thank you.
Once that happened, did it impact your career at all?
I was a pariah. I remember walking into parties and walking into events and different things in Hollywood, and the room would split right down the middle. But this was the deal, though. For all these super powerful executives and super powerful producers, they were like, oh, this is crazy. You know what happened now? Their wife would walk up to me and say, it happened to me too. I'll never forget, we're at events and this powerful producer's wife is holding my hand in tears saying, thank you for standing up. Wow. I knew I was doing the right thing.
A lot of athletes have moved into movies, have moved into television. You've had a really long-lived career doing this. You do action movies, you do thrillers, you do it all. What's your secret?
I started off, when we moved to LA, doing security. I was doing security for motion pictures and film sets and TV shows. And I was literally on set security, not like super sexy bodyguard stuff. It was like hold a flashlight, you know what I mean? The bathrooms are that way, you know what I mean? That was that kind of security. I made sure my shirts were ironed and also the sleeves were rolled up so my muscles would show.
Yeah.
And
that's what I did.
Oh yeah, that's the deal. You gotta look like the great, I made sure I looked like the most amazing security guard of all time. When I went with it, it was the key. Because a friend of mine saw me as a security guard and invited me to my first audition. He said, you'd be perfect for this. The first thing I ever auditioned for, I got.
What
was
was
a
the
TV show called Battle Dome. It was basically American Gladiators on steroids. I was this warrior named T-Money, and they put me in a cage, and we battled and wrestled. And I had retired from the NFL. I hadn't seen any money in a long time. And I saw that check for $2,500. I was like, oh, we rich!
What do you like? Mayo, mustard, what's your...
You know what's so beautiful? Yellow mustard. Dijon has that twang, but I'm old school. You know what I mean? This is the yellow mustard.
Yeah, that's it.
It's really low calorie. Too,
no, there's nothing going on there.
There's nothing.
Just,
I'm gonna put some yellow mustard on.
All right. What's your go-to protein?
I am the biggest ham in the world. So I go with ham first.
My family might argue with you.
Let me tell you something. I am a big ham. So I'm going with some ham. You got to start with the base.
Yes.
And here, I'm going to give you some ham. You got to have a little ham.
Love the ham.
No, you get a lot of ham.
Love
too.
the ham.
You're a big ham, just like
Oh
me.
my gosh.
And then the second most flavorful, amazing protein, the bacon. I'm going to put plenty of bacon on.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Good, healthy,
crunchy.
Animal protein and fat. It's all good. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever toyed with the idea of being a vegan?
I did.
Yeah.
I tried it. I was vegetarian for 30 days, and man, I felt horrible. I did.
Toppings. What toppings do you like?
We got to go with all the veggies. This is good. Let's get all the veggies.
Top 3 co-stars you would love to work with.
Oh my God. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. I want to do something with Will Ferrell.
Oh.
I mean, something deep. Denzel Washington. You know what? I think I could see Tom Cruise.
Oh.
Cruise. Yeah. Can you see the title?
There
Can
you
see
go.
the title? Cruise. Wham. Oh my God.
Cruise.
That's $1 billion.
Right there.
Hey,
Cruise.
that's $1 billion in box office. Tom and Terry. The T Cruise. T Cruise. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Top 3, your favorite top 3 roles you have played.
First of all, number 1 right now is Brooklyn Nine.
Oh,
okay,
please.
by far. Terry Jeffers. I mean, the character's named after me.
I mean, right there.
And number 2 is being the host of America's Got Talent.
Ah.
The 3rd is my role as Latrell Spencer in White Chicks.
Damn, little lady. You sure can't put it away.
White Chicks is like iconic. It changed my life forever.
Did that role change how people saw you?
Oh, totally. Because before I was the big, burly, I could be the mean guy. And then when I did that switch, people just totally were like, it actually changed the way people saw former football players. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, wait a minute, I never even knew. It just was a huge twist, huge. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound. Let me tell you, I love that song, and it will be, poor Vanessa Carlton, and she used to have that song. It's mine now. It's so bad.
You ripped it from her
I know.
little hand.
She's somewhere with a dartboard with my face on it, like,
well, she wrote it. She's got to be happy.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
What haven't you done yet with your career?
You know what I want? This is wild, man. I really want to get back more into my art. I want to do more painting, I'm going to have an art show. Like, I want to have just an exhibit that really, like, spend some time and just make some art that I will just have a show and just sit back and just let everybody just see what I'm about. I haven't done that yet. Mm-hmm. And
you don't have time.
But let me tell you, one thing my mother told me before she passed away, it was about 3 years ago, she said, I know you're doing all this stuff, honey, but never forget, you're an artist. And I go, oh, you're right, Mom.
What about your activism?
The reason why things have been happening and continuing to happen is because there's just very few men speaking out. And what we need is more men. We need, because women have been saying this for centuries. They've been like, help, hey, yo, woo, woo. And you know, when we look at it and people have been saying, oh yeah, that's a women's thing. And guys don't say a word. But as a man, all I'm gonna do is tell my story.
We should toast that with our
Do it.
Terry Crews. Boom. That's good.
That's really good. Really good. Thank you, Al.
That would make my pecs dance.
I love you, man. You are a man.
Well, that's it. Another edition of Cold Cuts in the can with Terry Crews. You are the man, my friend.
I love you. I love you.
Don't go away because there's more Cold Cuts coming up.
I'm not gonna have a slice of bacon right up too. I'm gonna have peanut butter and jelly right now too.
No.
You're a legend.
Never get tired of seeing that.
I'm eating sandwiches with a legend. I'm trying to tell you. I was 10 years old when you started.
Wow.
And you look amazing. No, what I'm saying, not to make you feel old.
No, it's...
But I'm trying to get where you are.
Well, you are well on your way, my
Oh man, this is great.